All right, what's going, guys? Yo, 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 yo. What's going, guys? Hooping news updates, man. Today, I am going to give you guys a lot of free agency predictions. Because, yeah, man, it's the day before free agency. And obviously, there was some news dropped today by Woj and Shams. We're going to talk about Paul George opting out. We're going to talk about Klay Thompson, the Warriors parting ways, and where he can go and where Paul George can go. DeMar DeRozan is a free agent. I'm trying to think of other guys that are free agents. I mean, there's a lot of role players out there that are available that can help contended teams. Some young players that have some potential that are on the open market. Yeah, man, we're going to dive into what's going on, Edwin. PG to Philly. Probably. I think that's where the tea leaves are heading. Paul George going to Philadelphia. Klay to LA or Sacramento. I don't see it for Sacramento. I do think LA is a legit option, though. I think Dallas is another team that could get Klay Thompson. I think that's been widely reported that Dallas is in the Klay Thompson sweepstakes. Now we'll have to see, but I think he can end up there. Klay to LA doesn't make them better. I agree. I mean, Klay Thompson at this rate of his career, bro, he's just a big name. I mean, like that Klay Thompson ain't moving no needle, man. You think? Like you think Klay Thompson can help the Lakers or the Dallas Mavericks beat the big dogs? They ain't beating the big dogs with no Klay Thompson, man. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Klay Thompson's old. He's washed up. You know what I mean? Like, he's done. Klay, you could stick a fork in that dude, man. But everyone hype him up because he's a big name and blah 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 blah. All I'm gonna say is there's a reason why the Warriors won't pay him all that money. I mean, there's a reason. We're all right, y'all. I mean, because if he wasn't washed up, the Warriors would pay him all. The Warriors would give him a lot of money. I mean, there's a reason why the Warriors are letting him walk. The team's got to be aware of that. Why would they let an iconic, historic player like Klay Thompson leave the franchise? You know what I mean? David Meyer Clips. Oh, yeah, man. The Clippers' future's looking rough. I mean, I think the LA Clippers need to go ahead and trade Kawhi Leonard and just rebuild. Um, you know where I would trade Kawhi Leonard to, funny enough? Oklahoma City. And I would try to get my own picks and get my picks back. That's what I would do. I mean, I would trade Kawhi to Oklahoma City and try to get my picks back. You know what I mean? And because I think Oklahoma City owes like 2 or 3 first round picks from the Clippers, so why not go get them picks back for Kawhi? You know what I mean? Because let me take these off, guys. But yeah, man, the Clippers they need to rebuild, bro. I mean, I would let James Harden leave. I would. I think Paul George is out of there. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I don't think he's staying because yeah, man, it's just a bad situation with the Clippers right now. It really, really is. And like the thing about it is that the Clippers had a window and they blew their window. I think the Clippers championship window officially shut whenever Kawhi Leonard tore his ACL against Utah. Y'all remember that year the Bucks won the championship? The Clippers before that Kawhi injury, bro, they looked like the best team in the whole NBA. And then Kawhi tore his ACL. You know what I mean? Like, and then when that happened, the very second that happened, the window was shut. I mean, so I think the Clippers need to like admit because obviously looking back at it, you can't really fault the Clippers for getting Paul George and Kawhi Leonard because like at the time it looked like a fantastic idea. You know what I mean? And obviously they should have made a finals. I mean, I thought they should have been in the NBA finals in 2020. I mean, they squandered that. They would have made it there in 2021 if Kawhi didn't get injured. 2022, Kawhi was injured. 2023, again, Kawhi was injured yet again. And then this year, Kawhi Leonard was yet again injured. So, yeah, man, it's just been a disappointing time to be a Clippers fan. I mean, and like, I think the Clippers, the best case scenario for them is just to just admit that this era is over with, rebuild. Now, I don't think they're going to do that, though. I think they're going to bring back Harden. I think they're going to go sign a guy like DeMar DeRozan, someone like that, and they're going to they're going to talk themselves into, oh, we could be a contender. You know what I mean, or something like that. I think that's what's going to end up happening. Where's Zach LaVine going? I mean, I seen a report today on Twitter talking about that even if the Bulls attach the first round pick to him, that the team still really don't want him. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see. All right, guys, we got a Shams alert here, man. Paul George plans to speak with the Los Angeles Clippers, Philadelphia 76ers, and Orlando Magic starting late Sunday night Pacific time after free agency opens, sources tell The Athletic. So, Paul George is going to talk to the LA Clippers, to the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Orlando Magic when free agency opens. So, Woj tweet. Let me see. Let me see if he has a different team in mind. Nah, it's the same three teams. Now out of these three, I think he's going to go to Philadelphia. I think he's going to go to Philly. But man, if I was Paul George, I would think long and hard about going to Orlando because I like him in Orlando. I think he would be a perfect fit with the Magic with Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner. I mean, I love his fit in Orlando. I mean, like if I was him. And plus, you got to factor in no state tax either. So really, you're going to make more money in Orlando than you're going to make in Philadelphia. So, and the weather's nicer too. So, who knows, man? Maybe Orlando could steal Paul George, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to go to Philadelphia. I'm pretty certain. I'm like 95 to 98% sure that he's going to be going to Philadelphia. And where that will put Philadelphia in the East, I think honestly, the undisputed three best teams in the East then would be Boston, New York, and Philadelphia because I like Maxey, Embiid, and PG as a trio. I think that's a good trio. I think they'll win a lot of regular season games. And then come playoff time, we'll have to see. But on paper, that is a freaking nice team, man. I mean, like, I love that team. Oh, bored. You think I'm falling for that BS, bro? The Celtics don't have any money. I mean, like the Celtics don't have money. You know what I mean? Like the Celtics couldn't even do that if they wanted to. You know what I mean? The Celtics can only offer Clay like $1 million. You know what I mean? The league minimum. That's what the Celtics could offer Clay. So even if they really, really wanted to do that, they couldn't do it because they're hard capped. You know what I mean? So nice try. Even though if Clay is willing to take the minimum, I wouldn't be mad at it, but I'd still think he's washed up. I mean, so I wouldn't be mad at it. Hoopin's favorite rookie is McCain. Man, come on, man. The guy paints his fingernails. Come on, man. Get out here with that shit. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see what else is being said on here, and then let me give you guys. First of all, let's pull up the free agents this year. I mean, because I have to look it up. I need to look up the full free agency class this year. Free agency class 2024. NBA free agency class 2024. Okay. We're going to go to our good buddies at hoopshype.com. Make sure you check their website out. Okay, so Tyrese Maxey is a free agent. He's going to resign Philadelphia. I mean, they're going to give him a big 5-year deal, so we don't have to talk about that. Paul George, I just talked about it. I think Paul George is going to end up signing with the Philadelphia 76ers. I think that's a foregone conclusion at this rate because I don't see him choosing Orlando over Philadelphia. I think he's going to talk himself into playing with Embiid and Maxey and Nick Nurse and try to compete for a championship. He probably looks at Philadelphia as the more veteran team, to be honest with you. So I think that's where he's going to end up going, but we'll have to see. But I'm pretty certain that Paul George is going to go to Philadelphia. You know, wouldn't it completely shock me if he stayed with the Clippers still? I mean, but I don't think he's staying with the Clippers. I think that ship has sailed, and I think he's going to go to Philadelphia. Okay. LeBron James, foregone conclusion. They hired his buddy as the head coach, J.J. Redick. They drafted his son, not J.J. Redick, Bronny James. So I think because of that, I think he's going to sign a 3-year deal with the L.A. Lakers. Now, he might take less money than the max. That was reported today by Chris Haynes, I think. So, yeah, man, they were talking about that LeBron's going to take less than the max contract. So I think, I think LeBron's going to stay with the Lakers for sure, and we'll have to see if he takes the full max or if he takes like 5 million less. I think that's what he's probably going to do. Maybe 2 or 3 million less. We'll have to see. James Harden, LA Clippers. I haven't heard much about James Harden. You know what I mean? Like I think it's pretty certain that he's going to resign with the Clippers. Now the Clippers got to be careful because if I'm the Clippers, man, I don't know if I'm giving James Harden a big contract. You know what I mean? Like I think the Clippers need to be very careful about giving James Harden a big contract. But my guess is I think he probably stays with the Clippers. I think that's probably what he's going to do. Maybe he takes meetings for a couple other teams, but I think it's a foregone conclusion to me, at least, that he's going to stay with the LA Clippers. But we'll see. You never know. But I think he's going to stay with the Clippers. DeMar DeRozan, Chicago. See, a lot of talk early is that DeRozan was going to stay in Chicago, but it seems now that the momentum shifted to him leaving Chicago. And I think DeMar DeRozan wants to go back to California. Fit. I like the Clippers if they lose Paul George because they need it, and then they're going to need a wing player to fill that scoring void. I think DeRozan can do that for them. And then we'll see about the Lakers if they land a Clay. Everyone, you say Mavericks, but I don't know if he wants to go to Dallas. He might, because I think the reports are is that DeMar DeRozan wants to go back home and play in LA. So I think it's probably going to either be the Clippers or the Lakers, depending on who the Lakers land. And if the Clippers lose Paul George, I think if the Clippers lose Paul George, I think that's where DeMar DeRozan's probably going to go. I think he's probably going to go back and play with the Clippers, but we'll see. I think DeRozan to the Clippers. I would say that I'm like 85 to 90% sure that DeMar DeRozan's going to go to the Clippers because my firm belief is that the Clippers are going to lose Paul George to Philadelphia in free agency, and they're going to sign DeRozan and try to fill that void, that scoring void. But we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm certain DeRozan is either going to be a Laker or a Clipper because I think he wants to play in LA. Okay, Miles Bridges, Charlotte. I think Miles Bridges is going to stay with the Charlotte Hornets on a long-term deal. There was talk the other day that the Bridges and the Hornets had mutual interest on a deal on a long-term, close to max contract. So we'll have to see. But yeah, man, I think Miles Bridges, very talented player. Obviously, we know what he did off the court, but when Miles Bridges is on the court, he's really good and can really play. So we'll see. But I think he's going to stay with the Hornets. Tobias Harris, Philadelphia. I think Tobias Harris is going to go to the team that gives him the most money. I could see maybe Cleveland in a sign and trade. I could see Detroit giving him a big deal. There's a lot of bad teams that will give Tobias Harris a big contract. I could see Sacramento giving him a big contract. There's some teams out there that will pay Tobias Harris a lot of money. Or would you say Detroit? I think so too. I think Tobias Harris will probably end up with Detroit because I think Tobias Harris at this rate is more worried about getting paid at this stage of his career. So I think Tobias Harris will end up being a Detroit Piston because I think the Pistons want to make a somewhat big splash in free agency. I wouldn't really call Tobias Harris a splash, but I think the Pistons want to make a big move in free agency, and I could see them paying. I could see him paying Tobias Harris a lot of money to go there. And guess what? He used to play for Detroit, so he's familiar with that city, with that market, with that organization. So I think Tobias Harris going back to Detroit, I think that's a solid bet, but we'll have to see. Okay, the next guy I see on here is Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Now, this one depends because KCP is a guy that a lot of contenders would love to have. But KCP, he's going to require a lot of money, right? And the Denver Nuggets, they made a sneaky big trade at the draft. They traded Reggie Jackson and 3 second-round picks to Charlotte to clear up cap space. And guess what? That saved a lot of money on their luxury tax. And I think the Denver Nuggets do have bird rights on KCP. So I could see Denver overpaying to keep KCP. I mean, it's going to be hard because, like, I from what I heard, they really don't want to be in the second apron, which is why getting off of Reggie Jackson's contract is massive. So I could potentially see KCP re-signing with the Denver Nuggets. There's a couple other teams that KCP would be great on. The Dallas Mavericks, I think he'd be a great fit with them. Philadelphia, if they don't get Paul George. I like Orlando too because Orlando needs 3-point shooting, and I think KCP would help Orlando. So there's some teams out there that I think would give KCP a lot of money. I mean, I really believe there's a lot of teams out there that would. So if KCP doesn't stay with Denver, watch out for the Philadelphia 76ers. If they don't get Paul George, watch out for the Dallas Mavericks and watch out for the Orlando Magic as potential teams that could end up giving KCP a big contract. But it's fascinating. Okay, Klay Thompson's the next guy on the list. And Klay Thompson, I think he's either going to be a Maverick or a Laker. I mean, I think that's where he's probably going to end up going, either to the Dallas Mavericks or to the LA Lakers. If I had to lean towards one, I would probably say the Lakers because he's from LA. His dad works with the team. But at the end of the day, man, like, I think Klay Klay's in a steep decline. So we'll have to see, like, if Klay can even be like a positive player for a team. But I think Klay will probably end up joining the Lakers. Boards, yes, be LeBron or AD or Luka and Kyrie. Ain't about the duos, boards. I think for Klay, it's about being close to home in LA. I mean, because where I would go, if I was Klay, I would go to Dallas because I think Luka and Kyrie is a great fit, but it's not because of that. It's because of the money. Because Los Angeles taxes are so bad, bro. The taxes are so bad because, and then compared to Dallas where you don't have to pay no tax. So from a money standpoint, to be honest with you, he would make more in Dallas just because of the tax. I mean, because like the LA taxes are nuts. So I don't think it comes down to duos. I think or money. I think it comes down to one to play close to home, and like and Klay going to the Lakers. I think that would make him leaving the Warriors sting. I mean, the most if that makes sense. But yeah, I think Klay for sure will probably end up going to the Lakers. I could potentially see Dallas signing him, but I think he's going to go to the Lakers. All right. Okay, so you want me to know who's the better duo, LeBron or AD or Luka and Kyrie? That's a tough one, right? Because I think Luka is probably the best player out of the duo. But and then the debate becomes who's better, Kyrie or AD? I mean, I think that's the debate then. I think AD's probably the better overall player than Kyrie. So that's a tough one. But man, having Luka, bro, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I think that one's a tie, to be honest with you. But Edwin, you're right. Tatum Brown clear. As a duo, Tatum Brown are better than both of them duos. You know what I mean? For sure. Tatum and Brown are definitely better. Bro, boards, I literally just said it. I thought AD was better than Kyrie. I just said it. I think Anthony Davis is better than Kyrie. I never said that Kyrie's better than AD. I just said that AD's better than Kyrie. But I agree with Edwin. The best duo in the NBA plays for Boston, for sure. Number 0 and number 7. I mean, that's the best. That's the best duo in the league. But in terms of this debate, I'd probably say because I think LeBron is probably better than Kyrie too. So I would probably say LeBron and AD just because I think AD and LeBron are both better than Kyrie. But Luka is the best player out of the 4. So it's tough. but I would say AD and LeBron, just because AD and LeBron after Luka would be the second and third best player, if that makes sense. So I would get the nod to LeBron and AD. To be honest with you. All right, moving on though, but I think Clay will go to the Lakers because I think he wants to stick at the Golden State, and I think he wants to play close to home. Um, Isaiah Hartenstein is the next guy on this list, and Isaiah Hartenstein is a good player. He really helped New York out last year as a really good offensive rebounder. So I think New York probably isn't going to re-sign him because they just paid a lot of money to OG, and they just made that huge Bridges trade. Honestly, I love Oklahoma City for Hartenstein. I think Isaiah Hartenstein in Oklahoma City would really help the rebounding issues. And I think Oklahoma City got money to play with. So I think Hartenstein on a big contract, Oklahoma City, I think that's something to watch out for. So Isaiah Hartenstein, I think he ends up going to the Oklahoma City Thunder because I think the Thunder can do it. He's a need that he can fill. I mean, he could be a bruising rebounder, offensive rebounder, and he could protect the rim pretty well. And he really, 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 really was a key contributor to the Knicks last year. So, yeah, I like Hartenstein for Oklahoma City Thunder. I can't really think of any other two teams that could sign Hartenstein. I think the Knicks could, in theory, still re-sign Hartenstein, but I think Hartenstein's going to leave because I think Oklahoma City's going to give Hartenstein a big contract. So I'm going with Thunder for Hartenstein. I think Isaiah Hartenstein signs with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Jonas Valanciunas, New Orleans. I really don't know. Jonas Valanciunas isn't that good to me, so he's not really a big impactful player. So Jonas, I don't know. I don't know. Did my nose go out? I got notifications on here. I mean about me going live. Did you get live? Did you get a notification? Did you get a notification? How many times I upload? This is my first time uploading. Report hooping news updates. Bro, I'll play. Bro, I'm gonna play in a little while. I mean, I ain't ducking nothing. Bro, why would I duck? I've literally won the last 4 championships. What the fuck do I, bro? What the fuck do I have to duck? And no, it's not the same shirt as yesterday. Boards. I mean, it's not even close. So don't even start that shit. I mean, yesterday I had a gray shirt on. Today it's a green Sprite shirt. Yeah, I'm wearing a shirt with the Sprite logo on it. It's pretty catchy. Yeah, okay, Edwin, you got the notification. But yeah, come on, Edwin, don't say that stupid shit, bro. I mean, talking about some ducking. Like, what? How does someone that won the last 4 championships, how they ducking? Make that make sense. I mean, I just had a lot of personal a lot of just personal shit going on. I mean, that's why I've been able to get on over the past few days. But tonight I'll be able to get on. I mean, so yeah. Okay. So Jonas, I don't know. I really don't. I don't know where Jonas Valanciunas is gonna go. I honestly don't know. So we're gonna move on from that. Buddy Hield, contender. Like I said, I don't know either about Buddy Hield. Kelly Oubre, same thing. But I think a bad team might overpay for Kelly Oubre. So we'll have to see. I think a team with cap space that's not that good. I think they'll give Kelly Oubre a pretty decently big contract. Or he can end up resigning Philadelphia, depending on how much they'll have after they sign Paul George. Tyus Jones, Washington. Oh, I like Tyus Jones. I would love Tyus Jones on the Celtics. Tyus Jones would be incredible in the Celtics. But the Celtics can't sign him because obviously you know why. But yeah. Okay. Malik Beasley, China. Sadiq Bey, minimum guy on a veteran team. Obi Toppin, back to Indiana. Mo Wagner, back to Orlando. Cal Anderson back to Minnesota. Gary Trent Jr. probably back to Toronto. But we'll see. I could see Gary Trent signing on a contender for cheap. Spencer Dinwiddie, minimum guy. Shitty. No one cares. He sucks. He's bad. He's a bad player. Isaac Okoro back to Cleveland. Caleb Martin. He had a one trick pony run in the playoffs last year. I'm sure a team will give him a decent contract. He's going to probably leave Miami. Derek Jones Jr. probably back to Dallas, but we'll see. Okay, just trying to read these other names. Eric Gordon, Patrick Blue, Drummond, Isaiah Joe, D'Anthony Melton. Oh, D'Anthony Melton. D'Anthony Melton could be a good player for a lot of teams. I like D'Anthony Melton. I don't think he's going to go back to Philadelphia, though. However, I could see maybe a team. I don't know, man. I think it's hard to pinpoint teams. It really is for role players like D'Anthony Melton. I think maybe the Wizards. I don't know. Just a crappy team that might pay for him. We'll see. Isaiah Joe back to Oklahoma City. Andre Drummond. You know what? I could see Andre Drummond sign with the Celtics. I could see Andre Drummond sign with a team like the Celtics. I really could. I mean, because the Celtics need a big man now that Porzingis is going to be gone for, I'd say he's probably going to miss half next year with his injury. So the Celtics need another big. I could see them signing a guy like Drummond. I could also see the Celtics signing guys like I could see the Celtics sign Tillman and Cornette back too. What's going on, JT? But I can no boards. It ain't me being a homer. I can legitimately see the Celtics sign Andre Drummond. I could see that because Andre Drummond's not worth much more than the minimum. You know what I mean, like you're not going to pay Andre Drummond a lot of money. So if Andre Drummond wants to go to a contender that is a need, I could see him going to the Celtics. And I think that's a guy that I could see the Celtics getting. I know he's not Edwin, yeah, but I that's a sign I can see the Celtics making. That's all. Patrick Williams, I don't know. Me too, JT. But here's the thing, JT. Tillman and Cornette really don't do that either, JT. I mean, Tillman's not a known guy that can shoot threes, and Cornette's definitely not a 3-point shooter. So, neither of them guys can really shoot either. But if the Celtics brought back Tillman and Cornette, I wouldn't be mad at that either. You know what I mean? Like, Tillman and Cornette were fine last year. I wouldn't be mad at that either. But we'll see. I could see Drummond going to, Oklahoma City. That's a team that needs size. I could see him going to the Knicks because they might lose Hartenstein. So there's a couple other teams I could see Drummond going to do. Maybe back to Detroit. Do you think LA should move Reeves to point guard? No. Reeves doesn't really Reeves doesn't really play like a point guard. I don't know. I'm not in favor of that. I mean, I'm not in favor of Reeves playing point guard. To me, he doesn't have a point guard game. Celtics bring back Taco Fall. Eric Gordon, old, who cares? Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith is solid, I guess. Probably back to Indiana. Dario Saric was actually really good. And there's another guy I could see the Celtics signing. Dario Saric. I mean, I think Dario Saric, Dario Saric is a big man that can stretch the floor. And I think that could be a guy that the Celtics sign too. Here in heaven. Bro, it's Klay Thompson, bro. Like, bro, at Boards. We go through the same cycle every freaking year, bro. You know what I mean? You always get excited about the Lakers getting an old, washed-up big name. They play like shit the next year. And then you'll send me a DM talking about how bad they are. And then you want them traded. And you'll send me fake trades with them in it. And we know how this cycle goes over and over and over again. So, Klay is a big name. Like, did you guys watch Klay play last year? Klay was not good last year. He was not. He had his worst season in the league last year. I mean, Klay is not good. He's a pretty bad defender. Guys blow by him. And he's an inconsistent, streaky shooter. I mean, Klay is just a big name at this rate of his career. I mean, Klay ain't going to make no big impact on a team. I mean, he's not. Oh, yeah, Edwin, you already know they're coming. You already know. You mean you're going to be getting DMs beginning next year when the Lakers are like 5 and 10? You know what I mean? Like, or like 7 and 11, or like 8 and 12. You know what I mean? We'll get DMs talking about how bad Redick is. Fact, Sarge is under. I like Sarge. I think that'd be a cool sign for the Celtics. I like Dario. I can also see him going back to the Warriors. I can see him going to Sacramento. I can see him going to the Clippers. I can see him going to. There's a good amount of teams I can see Dario Sarge going to. Is Al playing next year? Yeah, he's coming back, JT. Al said he's coming back next year, which is really good because we need Al Horford next year because he's going to be a starting center because Porzingis is injured. So I'm happy Horford's coming back. Kevin Love, old and washed up. Who cares? Gordon Hayward. I don't know. Because Gordon Hayward was bad last year. So I don't know. Maybe Denver because Denver's going to need help off their bench. So I'm going to say Denver for Gordon Hayward. Precious Achiuwa. I don't know. If the Knicks lose Hartenstein, like I said, maybe they bring Achiuwa back. We'll have to see. Alec Burks, not a bad player. Can give a team a nice punch off the bench. I'm going to say a team like Milwaukee for Alec Burks. Taurean Prince, probably maybe back to the Lakers. I would say Taurean Prince probably goes back to the Lakers. Lonnie Walker, I love Lonnie Walker. I think he's extremely underrated. But we'll have to see. I mean, he only got the league minimum last year, so we'll have to see if a team gets Lonnie Walker a little bit more than that. I don't know. I generally don't know where Lonnie Walker can end up. But he's a good player, and he can help a lot of teams out. Najee Marshall, good player. Good player. Najee Marshall's a solid role player. Can help a lot of contenders. Luke Kennard back to Memphis. Kyle Lowry, the Knicks, because they love signing Villanova players. Goga, don't give a shit. Drew Eubanks, probably back to Phoenix. And that was the list, because it was only a top 35 list. So, yeah, man, this free agency should be pretty wild. We'll have to see, like, terms of, like, trades and shit like that, what happens. I mean, like, the trade rumors are a little quiet right now, so I could see Trae Young getting traded. Maybe, just maybe, if the Clippers lose everybody, maybe Kawhi Leonard gets traded. But we'll have to see, man. I mean, like, this is going to be a wild free agency, so, yeah, man, I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Let me you guys think about my free agency predictions, man. I mean, this should be a fun free agency, and I'll be back on here tomorrow. Probably around the same time. We're going to dive into free agency deals and stuff like that. So I'll be on here streaming tomorrow for free agency. All right, buddy. Peace.